Hello, Mrs. Houston here. Regents Review, question 19. When using the method of completing the square, which equation is equivalent to x squared minus 12x minus 10 equals 0? Okay, now we did not do completing the square, okay? But we did talk about things being equivalent. The only thing is, everything has to be on one side of the equal sign, or it has to be an expression for us to be able to put it in. So see how here we have equals 0 on one side? That's fine. But in number 1, we have this. And we have negative 26 over on the other side. So we're going to have to do a little work for each option before we put it in. And you'll notice what I have in the calculator here. I put the question in, and then I put x plus 6 squared plus 26. All right, and now that's because I moved this 26 over to the other side. I didn't try to combine it or anything, but the reason I did that was to get 0 on one side. Okay, so we're actually going to do that with all of these. I'm going to kind of just cross this out and put a plus 26 equals 0. This is going to become a minus 46 equals 0. I'm just going to change all the signs. All right, this one's going to be plus 26 equals 0, and this one is going to be minus 46 equals 0. So I was that term on the opposite side, I'm just changing the sign and bringing it over. All right, now we can still use our equivalent strategy by checking the table. Number 1 is not our answer because these y values do not match up. The nice part about this is I can just quickly switch this, leave the first part in and switch this to minus 46. And now I can check the second one. Nope, the first one matched, but then they don't match. All right, let's go to choice 3. This time I have to change it to a minus in here. And I'm going to change this back to plus 26. Go to the table. Do they match? No, they don't. All right, and the last one, x minus 6 squared, and I need to change this to a minus 46. Woohoo! It took us all the way till number 4, but as you can see here, all of the y values are exactly the same, so that expression is equivalent. All right, making our answer number 4. Look for those y values to be the same. And number 20, which quadratic function has the smallest minimum value? Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the minimum. I'm going to use number 4. The minimum is the lowest point on the graph. So if you see, we can see the minimum value right here on the graph, and that value is 0 right there. So we have a minimum value of 0. Okay, and for questions 1 and 2, we have the equations, so we are able to get a graph of those so we could see what the minimum values are. Remember, anytime you see f of x, g of x, use your y equals. So 6x squared plus 5x minus 2. All right, let's take a picture, or take a look at the graph. Take a picture. All right, I'm going to bring that over here so I can write on it. And then let me do the other one real quick too. 6x minus 2 squared minus 2. Type it exactly like you see it. And let's get our graph. Putting that on here. Okay, I'm going to try to make these just a touch smaller. And there we go. Can you tell what the minimum value would be on both of these? If we look at the first one, remember this was choice 1, it's right here. You see that's negative 3. And then if we take a look at number 3, we have the minimum right here, which looks like it's about -2. All right, and then with choice 2, we just have a table. We're looking for the lowest value in here. You'll see that they match. That's that symmetry that shows up, but it's going to be in between the 2 and the 3. So it's going to be something below 0, but not too far below 0. So when it says smallest minimum value, that's another thing that's a little tricky. Small numbers actually get smaller as they get bigger when you're going negative. So the lowest value is the -3.